Hey everybody, I'm Matt Safino and another edition of Let's Get Out There. We travel to Central Oregon. Now, when most people think of Central Oregon, we think of Bend, we think of Mount Bachelor for good reason. Those are awesome places to go and visit, right? But if you want to get away from the crowds and you're willing to travel just a little bit farther, there are some really special places to stay and special places to ski. If you love snow and winter sports and truly believe Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year, there's a haven for all of that off the beaten path in the Central Oregon Cascades. It's called Red Cone Lodge, and it's the dream of Andrew and Kimberly Odell. Mowgli the St. Bernard is, of course, right at home too. Mowgli, what's in that? And can I get some? I mean, that looks like pretty good. You're so stoic.
It'll keep you warm, let's just say that.
Kimberly and Andrew knew they wanted to share their dream house with guests, so they invited the local Chamber of Commerce to have a look.
They said it's like walking into a Hallmark movie. And so we thought, wow, bed and breakfast? Okay, well, let's look into that. So I started researching about bed and breakfast and what that meant, and we thought, that's it. We're meant to be a bed and breakfast.
Outside has all the snow, but inside is where you really experience the Christmas spirit and the beautiful breakfast part of the B&B.
So these are the caramelized cinnamon rolls, and we have Norwegian pancakes, which is my grandmother's recipe.
Some of the decor are also family heirlooms, others were gifts from friends or scoured off the internet. All of them make for a cozy and interesting getaway.
We are the only bed and breakfast between Klamath Falls and Eugene.
Wow.
There are no bed and breakfasts. So we're kind of trying to bring back that, in Europe it's a big thing. On the East Coast it's a big thing.
Kimberly and Andrew feel like this is the spot to make their big thing.
And we saw this little jewel of a place called Crescent Lake. It's 10 minutes to Crescent Lake, 10 minutes to Willamette Pass, an hour to Bend, an hour to Crater Lake, and we're like, bingo.
1, 2, 3.
We drove the 10 minutes to Willamette Pass ski area. 20 minutes after that, our group of 9 was on a wintertime cloud 9, hooping and hollering, a fast transition from parking lot to powder. Here at Willamette Pass, great change of scenery. It is a big time powder day. I'm telling you, man, it is deep, it is steep, it is free refills. We're going down the face right now. Yeah. And it's really magical. I've never skied here before. I don't know how that's happened, but Willamette Pass bringing the good. Ski season, full force here in the month of March. See that? There he goes. Lower down on gentler slopes framed by tall fir trees, I caught up with a couple more Willamette Pass first-timers.
It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It's a peaceful, kind of almost old school experience that I look for in skiing.
Willamette Pass ski area may not stay old school for long. I spoke with the ski area's general manager about their plans to expand.
So in our plan, we've got 7 new lifts, a whole new peak, a bunch of new runs, a couple restaurants, a new learning center.
Between Willamette Pass and Red Cone Lodge sits Odell Lake. Unbelievable snowfall. With the snow still falling heavily, we popped in for a visit. This is Odell Lake Lodge. Beautiful in the snow. And man, is there a lot of snow. There's the lake out there. Can't even see it. This is a great place to go inside, warm up, grab a hot chocolate. Which we did not do. Worried about getting trapped by the heavy snow, we hit the road, saving the cross-country ski trails around the lake for a later adventure. So here on KGW Plus, we like to go behind the story, go a little bit more in depth because we have more time. So thank you, Kimberly and Andrew Odell, for joining us here from Red Cone Lodge with your dogs. I'm going to ask you about that in a minute, but first I want to ask you, is it always Christmas at Red Cone Lodge?
Oh, it definitely always feels like Christmas up here. We do our best to keep it all decorated. As long as there's snow on the ground, it feels like Christmas up here. Yeah.
Certainly looks like it. It was beautiful, and you certainly emanate the Christmas spirit. But you've got another reason for having it decked out at Christmas right now, right?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of reasons, actually. We have a digital creator here visiting with us, and we have family and friends coming up, and we have a lot of snow. So, yeah, we want to keep it as Christmas as long as we can.
You're being modest. Isn't there a commercial being shot there soon?
Yes, actually, we do have a commercial that's going to be done, and we're very, very excited about that to share with people as soon as it comes out.
That's great. So Mowgli, the big Saint Bernard that's on your lap there, was in the story. People saw him already, but what they didn't see or hear is that he's deaf, which is he's just an absolute sweetheart of a dog. And then
Yeah,
your other two dogs are rescues, right? You guys are like heavily involved in the rescue scene, right?
they're all rescues. Yeah. So you can share about Mowgli.
Yeah, we got Mowgli about a year ago from northern Idaho. His owners had to relocate. We don't know the circumstances, but we got him from the St. Bernards of the Pacific Northwest. They're up in Washington State.
Yep. And we have Willow over here and our newest little family member. This is Mika, and they are from Lily's Pad Rescue out of Washington State. And Rachel and Ken Davis run the rescue out of there. And we are just so excited to have these special babies a part of our family here at Red Cone Lodge.
Yeah, they're just sweethearts. My wife just fell in love with that guy, as you guys know and remember. And that was like a puppy mill situation, right?
Yep. She's a real sweetheart. She's a perfect addition.
She's a licker.
Here.
She certainly is. She certainly is. And in my group, one of our families brought their dog too. So I want to let people know that Red Cone Lodge is dog friendly. On the other hand, if you don't want to be around dogs, your dogs stay downstairs and you can never see them if you're a guest at Red Cone, if that's your preference, right?
That's right. Yeah, we want to make sure that our guests have their privacy if that's what they choose, and really make it about their family and their quality time. And then our dogs, if they want to meet them, we are more than happy to bring them out.
That's so great. Well, everybody had fun in the snow on our visit, that's for sure.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was just a really magical time, Christmas or not. We just had a blast. And the food, I can't praise that enough because you are an amazing cook. I'm still thinking about those Norwegian pancakes, among other things. It was really, really great.
Yeah, we had those. We had those this morning. They are definitely a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you mentioned on our visit that your family has been touched by some mental health issues and that you're doing work to help advise and assist other families that struggle with mental health issues to find the right resources. Can you talk a little bit about for us, Kimberly?
Yeah, our family has been touched with a family member that has bipolar 1 schizoaffective disorder. And in the beginning, we were completely lost, didn't know where to go, didn't know who to contact. It really is a pretty terrifying time when you're faced with something like this. And so through reaching out to different resources like NAMI and MOMI, being able to connect with different facilities and different physicians and people that work with people with mental illness. In return, after becoming a legal guardian of my own family member, I'm able to help advocate for other families to find resources and people to talk to and try to make it not so scary and explain to them that, we can work directly with them to get them help.
Well, that's really great work that you're doing there. So important and flies under the radar a little bit sometimes. And it should. And you mentioned mommy. That's mothers of mentally ill people, or what's that for?
Mothers of Mentally Ill. You can find her, Jerry Clark, on Facebook, on social media. And oh my goodness, the resources that she has are just incredible and really help guide families throughout Oregon and Washington to seek help for their loved one.
Well, that's great work that you're doing there and much, much appreciated. And you also mentioned that, and Red Cone is pretty new. You guys have only been in operation for what, little under a year or about a year or so?
Yeah,
Yes.
about a year.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you want it to also be like you want to be able to host like healing retreats. Can you tell us about that?
absolutely. We are all about families coming up here. We've heard it time and time again that when they're here, it's a very healing feeling up here. It's very peaceful, relaxing. And my husband and I are very adamant about reaching out to families or organizations that have a 501c that are nonprofit. We will absolutely host you up here at no charge for simply the tax donation.
That's amazing. That is really a really generous and nurturing thing that you're doing. And I know that when my group was there, the vibe was just amazing, and we all just felt right at home and at peace and enjoyed. Of course, we had that amazing snowfall, which helped a lot too, which was great. Andrew was always out there working and shoveling. And I think that one morning we had 18 inches new on the cars when we went out. That was incredible. Okay, guys, this has been awesome. Can you tell people how to find you? redconelodge.com?
Absolutely. redconelodge.com. We're also on social media on Facebook as Red Cone Lodge and also on Instagram.
All right. Well, we will look forward to seeing you and all the pups again sometime soon. Thanks so much for your time and hospitality, you guys.
We can't wait. Thank you.
You bet. Take care.